me when.
When?
You're not in control.
Oh, that's right.
He's the boss.
You're not the boss of me.
You are married, so you do have the boss.
You're right, I do. It's just 360 miles away.
But he has his twin out there too, so they had a little spat last night. Gotta let him in behind the scenes.
Don't make me come over there.
And welcome back to the Maryland Poppin' Horror Con here in Litcham.
Yes, Litcham.
Litcham. It is Litcham.
I believe it is.
Okay, I'm gonna get the name right at the BWI.
Wait a minute. How are you
It's
going to
the-
get the name right? This is the last panel.
I know, I did. This is it.
We always save the best for last.
The very final panel of the day. That's actually, Andre, do you understand that? Being the last panel of the day, you are meant to keep the rest of people here all day long. So they gave you the best spot. And by the way, everybody, this is Andre. Can you say the last name? Because I'm going to...
Ivchenko.
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 I like that.
And I'm sorry.
Yeah?
It's fun to
That's
say.
it.
Ivchenko.
They bill you wrong. They
Come on
call you-
in.
They call you I'm sorry, I'm gonna screw it up. Anyways,
Nothing new.
the Russian Terminator from season 3. You need to be billed as more than that. You are way more than the Terminator from season 3 of
I
Stranger
agree.
Things.
Totally agree with that.
Lucifer, and dorks. If any dorks and geeks are out there, listen to this lineup. He's done Lucifer, which is a DC show. He's hold on. Now I got to flip over my huge paper. Counterpart. He was in Triple X with Vin Diesel. He's done Diamond, Jane the Virgin, Freezy, the Transporter, the TV series. 13, the series. Warehouse 13 is where I knew him first
Yeah,
from.
you knew more than I expected from
Yeah,
you.
I screwed up and called him Ivan instead of
Andre.
I was just like, "Shit, no." But dude, you no more just Stranger Things. We're building him a new banner.
Well, before we go too far into his movie career, I do want to say one thing.
oh
This amazing gentleman served his country in the military.
2 years.
So come on, let's give him a round of applause.
Thank
on.
you guys.
No,
Thanks.
no. Give him a round of applause. Thank you.
Thank
We
you.
want to
I
thank you for your
appreciate it.
service to your country, sir.
Thank you.
All right, now we can get into the dumb stuff.
All right, all the dumb stuff. I got a lot of dumb
I know you do. That's why
so
I
if
said
you
it.
have questions, my questions are going to be way dumber than your questions.
That's right.
Go ahead right away.
What branch of service?
Air Force. I see from your face like Air Force.
I'm thinking.
I mean,
I'm thinking, how the hell did you fit in a plane?
But Air Force there is different because we're not allowed to fly. Only
thank God.
officers allowed to fly because it's a mandatory there.
Right.
So we going like 18 you 18, you go to the army for 2 years.
Oh, so any geek off the street, could you imagine me like, hey, give me a gun? Woohoo!
Yeah.
No,
No.
not gonna happen.
No, they train you there.
Yeah, but
That's
look
why
at this.
they only
look
let
at
me
the
play
size of
video
him.
games.
Look at the size of him.
Like,
He shot
Andre,
one of
look
those
at
things. He's been
this.
on his
Like,
butt.
Oh, yeah,
I
I-
would be the flag.
If you live there, you would go to the military anyway.
Oh, they would just have to,
Oh,
like,
yeah,
force
they
feed
don't
me and
care.
stuff.
It looks like we already have a
Especially
question.
that
Oh, look. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, this is, I don't know if you know, because he hides himself so well behind that beard. Jeffrey Cantor from Daredevil and Punisher. MCU.
Yep.
So, I mean, you're here though as an actor. So, how was the transition from service and go right into acting, or did you do something else in the training?
I actually went to acting before I went to military. I did theater for 4 years from like a middle to high school. And then, after high school, practically out of the high school, you go to the military.
Then did you go back into acting after? Did you come back?
Yes, well, it happened like later in life when I moved through like 4 countries before I came here.
Speaks 3 languages.
So when I was in Canada, I got advised by friend of mine, she knew the woman who owned the Extra, like background agency, and she's like, maybe you should go and try, and that's how it started. Did extra work and then transitioned to stunts and then transitioned to acting.
When did you come to the States?
Beginning right before Christmas, 2013. Well, 2012, right? Like right before Christmas.
Very cool.
I can keep asking, I'll let other people.
No,
Well, you seem
Anybody.
very interested. Do you want a microphone and a chair? We have an extra.
I know.
one.
I was just like, man, Jeffrey's stealing my thunder.
Yeah, but you had your moment being interviewed. You can come be a special co-host. Okay, thank you. So if we screw it up too bad, then Jeffrey's going to come up here and take over.
Well, in my world, dork world, Perseus from Call of Duty. That must be cool. Like when you go to these things. Another thing you should be having on your thing, on your banner, Perseus, Call of Duty. Like these people.
Well,
don't
there is
know
Call
this.
of Duty there.
Oh, is it? I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I'm blind.
In the
so
corner.
You need
Yeah,
to
there is
pay
Call of Duty.
attention.
I don't get paid. How can I pay attention?
Focus.
But as that character, what's the reaction been like from fans and stuff?
Oh, reaction been great. I mean, I'm not a player. I don't play.
Oh no, not at all.
No, I
Those-
try to
the
like
muscles get in the way.
but no, buddy of mine, like back in the days, he like tried to like get me into it, and I was like so bad. Also, was actually he played something or like Modern Warfare or Call
yeah.
of Duty.
Yeah, I don't
And
play those.
he's
either.
like, "Oh, play with me," and I'm like, I was like the soldiers walking different direction and shooting like different direction, and I'm like
Spinning in circles.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
completely useless. In that.
Yeah, no, I play with my son, and him and his friends. They sit there. They're just like, "All right, your dad can't be on our team anymore."
Come on in.
Yeah.
Don't hide in the
Like, that's
doorway.
messed up.
Oh.
All right, so yes,
But response,
Have you
response
always-
was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
have you always been into bodybuilding? Is this something after the military?
Yeah,
or?
I've been in sports probably like since I was like 4.
Yeah, no.
But I
kidding.
did different kind of sports, and then I started to get into bodybuilding when I was 13.
Any organized sports like baseball?
No,
mean,
we didn't have like Soviet Union.
Yeah.
We knew baseball just like I found out about baseball like later in my life kind of thing, because you know, American we watch, like if we watched some movie about
Yeah.
West, you know, so you see like American football and baseball, but we didn't know the games, you know. I did like soccer, I did botro, I did boxing, I did sambo, which
The
is like
really manly
race.
sports.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
fencing, I
Where
did
they're gonna
fencing,
break. Yeah.
Yeah, look at him. I mean,
did
like
fencing, really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, we got to get you in Star Wars. We got to get you with
yeah.
a lightsaber.
I actually like, and you know, I
That
did
would
kind
be
of like
dope.
every sport I did maybe like for like a year. Actually, sambo, the wrestling I did for 9 years. That's the longest one, besides bodybuilding. But the rest I did like maybe like for a year, and I did like fencing. My friend's older brother was doing fencing for. He was older, probably like 4 or 5 years ahead on us, and he was doing fencing for probably like 8 years. And then he brought his brother, my friend, and then my friend brought me, and it was kind of interesting. And I actually competed after 6 months. I was doing it, and I competed, and I took second place in my city. So
Oh my God! If they redo,
very
it
nice.
wasn't that bad.
if they redo the Princess Bride, and he takes her,
Right? Right?
Oh my God!
Oh, I have
You
to
killed
retake
my
this
father.
lessons because it was a very long time ago.
Just ask somebody. Are you the man with 6 fingers? Show me your right hand. Do you have 6 fingers? I want to hear it. I think it would be great. I'm a wicked geek. I'm sorry. This stuff
No,
is
it's
like
all
so
good.
much fun for me. Now, your stunt work is also on one of my favorite shows from back in the day, Falling Skies. Aliens
Yeah.
come and take over
Yeah.
the planet and stuff. It's really
Yeah.
cool. You also played a military person in that. what was the experience like?
It was great. I mean, it was like it's a Spielberg show, but it was kind of the concept he came up with.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a New Year for that time.
Yeah, for at that time.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know, the all assembled cast and Noel Wiley and you know all these guys and girls there was because it was assembled cast from. I was living in Canada at that time, so there was like a half of the cast was Canadian and half was flew from LA, New York. But it was interesting experience. It was actually that part was my second one. That's where like I did the movie before that, and was my transition kind of like in
Interesting. Cool. Do you have any questions?
I'm literally just sitting
I
here
have a
watching
question.
you
Oh,
geek
okay.
out.
Go ahead.
So I read that for Stranger Things, the final battle with David, I hear the filming was absolutely brutal.
Yes, it was. We filmed practically 4 days. 3 days was 12 hours, and the fourth day was about like 7-8 hours, I would say. And it was like all one fight. Yeah. And after 12 hours, I came to the hotel and I was like all black and blue.
What's it like following all that kind of taking in all that choreography and like how do you hold that into your head? Like that's a lot.
Well, they shoot in parts. What they do, because we had a stunt doubles.
Yeah.
And the stunt doubles, they learn obviously like.
Oh, you weren't your own stunt double?
No. I did my own stunt.
Oh, okay.
But we had stunt doubles anyways, just in case. And they did all this choreography probably like, I don't know, week or 2 weeks before. So they knew they could do like a whole walkout.
Oh, no.
So they shoot stunt doubles wide. Like you don't see the faces,
exactly.
right? So they shoot whole walkout with them. And then with me and David, we shoot just parts. They divided to parts, and each part we shoot. I mean, still was like part was big enough that you have to memorize, you know, all these moves and stuff. But hardcore, like when I'm throwing David over the perils, and it's obviously stunt double because, like, I mean, everything was built from
break one of those guys.
Yeah,
that's a lot
they
of
were
money.
all metal. You know, even floor was all this like a metal net.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously it's like they're not gonna put you like to fly.
Did you guys have a good relationship or like on set?
David and me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we had a
because like
excellent one.
nobody got in an extra hit there or anything where like that's
No,
that
no.
joke earlier in the week.
No, we hit it off like
That's good.
from the first time we met, and because he's a big guy, he's also like my height, and he's got a meat on the bones, so that was cool as well because you like sometimes you fight in the people who's like smaller
2
than
feet
you,
tall,
you
and you're
know.
like,
But with David, like, and he like likes to get physical as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, it was great.
That's great.
It was great.
All right. Now you're not only an actor, you have a master's degree in
kinesiology.
Thank you. I was gonna actually say it right.
Yeah. I mean, it's actually called because like it's translation to English, like to adopt it like for America, is kinesiology. But back home, it called a professional Olympic sport.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
You get gold medals for that?
No. No, I just
Silver and
I just
bronze
studied to
only.
be, coach.
Oh,
Yeah.
you coach.
Yeah.
That's what. Okay. See, when I looked into it, it said about the movement of the body and the health and
Yes, and that's what,
being able to. Oh,
yeah,
that's
and
interesting.
what you study. Yeah.
How long did it take you to get the
5
master?
years.
5 years.
Mhm.
Man. See, kids, you can be an actor too. You can go to school and become an actor as well.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's true.
I'm actually enjoying watching you geek out. This is kind of fun.
You're really gonna lay it all on.
I
me the
am, I
whole
am.
time. Anybody out there in the audience, I have more.
Keep
I can
going.
keep going.
I'm enjoying myself. Fire
Thank
away.
you.
Ukrainian.
Ukrainian. He's born in Kharkiv.
I used to. Yes, I used to. Yeah, I played chess with my dad. Yeah, but then you know, like you kind of like when I was in school, I did it. But then you know, like you. Yeah. I mean, the time I guess also changed. Like Soviet Union collapsed, you know, and it was like a chaos in every like republic which became like independent country. You know, like the economy was down, you couldn't find a job, and you get so like, you know, in that survival mode that obviously chess is like the last thing you think of.
I mean, regarding Ukraine, I know it's a tough topic, but you must have family there.
All my family there.
So
Yeah.
what is it like for them? What does it feel like for you to be here while all that's happening?
Well, I mean, I can like I'm kind of my mom, my family in that pocket behind the capital, and they like a small town that nothing, like there is no war there. Not like nothing happening there, but like there is no war there. They safe because they behind the capital in another big city that I was born in, and because this front line of the cities are protected, and they kind of like behind it, so there is no like bombing there and anything like that. But
They must still be feeling the
yes, but
repercussions.
they still like an hour from that second city, an hour drive, and it's like sirens going on, like, you know, in the middle of the night, during the day. But you know, people get used to it to the point they like don't really pay attention, you know. But I have a friend who, because my mom moved from the city where I was raised about like 15 years ago, and but my friend's still in that city, and they bombing around the city. So they sometimes they had like, you know, I talk to him, like try to talk to him every week, and he's like, oh yeah, they like, you know, 12 explosions or 15 explosions today, you know. It's tough, you know, like, you know, the people you grew up with, you know, and you see, and I see, you know, whatever they show you here in the news is just like a little, you know, part of what's going on there. But I have like different sources, and I see like different videos, and some of them are really brutal when, you know, women and kids got killed, you know what I mean? And it's sad because, I mean, especially kids, they don't know why it's going on, you know.
Good question.
Thanks, Jeff. Really way to bring down the tone.
Life of the party.
Thanks for bringing it right down, Jeff.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any future roles coming up that you can tell us
Oh,
about?
actually, he does.
Yeah. In a week, I'm gonna do another movie in LA with Frank Grillo and Ron Perlman and Kelsey Grammer.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be cool.
And another guy, he was Schultz, right? His second, Kyle Schultz. He was in the TV show 6 about Navy SEALs.
Yep. That was a great show.
Okay.
That's one of my favorite shows.
Jeff knows something. Hey, you
Oh,
want to
you know
talk
this
about
show?
something?
So Jeff doesn't know anything because he's out there.
Ben, I keep forgetting who you are.
Who
You're a
brought
twin.
this guy?
It's been a long week.
Thank you.
Long weekend.
What's that?
Yes.
Is that going to be a rom-com? You and Frank? Is that-
Well, yeah. Yeah. It will happen. Oh, yeah. And I just finished
The trial.
Beginning of beginning of May.
The Best Man.
Yeah.
It's coming out. It's like Luke Wilson and Dolph Lundgren.
They're stuck on a beach and
yeah.
Kidnapping.
He knew it. Like he surprised me with that.
well, you know,
He knew all about this movie.
You should check your closet before you go to sleep. It gets dangerous in this world.
Oh, I'm pretty
Very
sure.
dangerous.
Yeah, Big Brother.
Any other questions? We have at least 2 more minutes. Seven minutes.
Your timing's off.
I know. First of all, Jar Jar, you have to do this.
What?
You're supposed to show me how many minutes.
Yeah, I'll
Oh.
only do it if it's within 5.
Oh, well,
I don't
see,
want- I don't wanna
7 more minutes,
confuse you.
people. If you guys got questions, please ask. I can
Well,
keep
I have
going.
another question.
Do you have? Oh, my next question is: Are you a collector of anything like bodies, toys?
Bodies, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I used to collect stamps.
Yeah.
Back when I in school when I was probably like grade 4th, 5th.
Yeah.
I used to collect stamps, and I actually visited my mom like a year ago. I was there like 6 months before the war started, and I went there and I found like she kept us 2 albums with all these stamps. So I brought
that's
it.
cool.
I brought it here. Yeah.
That's really
It
cool.
was, yeah, I already forgot. I didn't even know like she kept them, but yeah.
All right. Next thing. How many cons have you done so far?
Did one Rhode Island right before COVID. Then COVID hit, wasn't nothing, and then I did just like May. I did. June. I did Phoenix.
So you probably haven't had enough experience for this yet, but what's the strangest thing, any Stranger Things? What's the oddest thing somebody has brought you to sign for an autograph? Like I go to a lot of, it hasn't happened here at horror cons. You guys are a little more tame than Comic-Con people. But like I've been to Comic Cons where people like rip off their prosthetic legs and like hand it to the guy to sign, and you're just like,
I don't
here?
think anything like this happened to me.
False teeth.
No, Funko Pop.
Oh,
Oh, that's right.
It
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
worn though, right? It was clean.
No.
and stuff,
Yeah.
no stank.
He brought this like a green Hawkins, right? Yeah. Nike. Yeah, that's the strangest one. Which is like, I mean, it was cool because it was new, you know.
Oh,
so
yeah.
the guy bought.
that was cool. I
Yes,
saw
yes.
the picture of that.
Piece of vinyl.
It was
No.
a Stranger
It was like a record.
It was a
vinyl.
record.
But I signed the
Oh, that is
cover. I
really
signed
cool.
the cover, and the guy pulled out that vinyl, and it was like a clear, and
Oh,
it's
no
kind of
kidding.
like a sun,
Yeah.
like the rainbow, yeah, like a splatter.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
The fans, that's what I find that the greatest part about the fandoms and stuff, like the people that create their own stuff. And you're gonna ask a question, so I can stop talking. No, I'm done.
Fire away.
Who's your favorite like cast member to interact with?
Actor?
Your favorite cast member.
cast member from Stranger Things. They all great. Kids are great, you know. It's hard. It's hard for me to say like sincerely. Like it's not like it's just hard for me to choose. I mean, I had a lot of scenes with David, and he's completely cool. You know, he's like down to earth. We had fun. Alec, who play Alexei, he's cool, but like we're from the same country. He's also from Ukraine, so we talk. Winona is great as well.
That must have been nice having on set somebody to be like, even go into your own language and be like, love.
Actually, I can tell you that season they went for all Russians. They went authentic.
Yeah, no kidding.
Every person who had even one line was all Russian or Ukrainian.
That's great.
So yeah, it's rare.
I can
You know,
imagine.
it's rare. I was talking yesterday to somebody. I don't remember, Spencer or
Probably.
and I said like nowadays, like Hollywood talking about like all equality and stuff like that, right? But let's say out of 100% of all auditions going on in Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
Let's say Russian speaking. I'm not talking about Russian or Ukrainians, but people from, let's say, the former Soviet Union who can speak Russian, right? We have maybe like 20% out of 100, right?
Yeah.
And from my experience and what I see, the book for out of 20%, maybe like we book in maybe 10%, because the rest is they cast play Russians, British, Australian, German, French, American, but
Yep.
not Russians, you know,
Now,
not
hopefully-
Russian speaking.
Well, hopefully it gets better as we
I
continue to
hope, man.
progress.
I'm just watching. I'm just watching it, and it's not changing. you
Well,
know?
it seems more directors are wanting the more authentic, like in Stranger Things, more directors are taking that their own being able to be like, you know, this is what I want, and like I want the authenticity to be there. So
Right.
like hopefully it will continue to go in that direction, because we the fans notice.
Right, exactly, and
do have
that's
another-
that's another point, because you know the world is so open now.
Exactly.
It's
We're
not like it was.
connected,
Yeah,
right?
it's not like before there was an iron curtain. You know, nobody. You could step on the on set and say some gibberish, and like people go, oh, that's Russian. Okay,
Yeah.
it's cool. But now people so well traveled and educated, they can even Americans. I talk to American people, and they like, this guy wasn't Russian. You know, I did that movie Freezer, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I was Russian, and my partner supposed to be Russian, but they cast the guy. He's Milan. He's Serbian, and his family moved to Canada when he was like a little. So he doesn't, you know, and he did that part well, but when he speaks Russian, you can hear he's not. And I read the comments from American audience, from Canadian, and they like criticizing this,
Oh yeah.
you know? So
The fandoms are tough
Yes.
crowds
We-
too.
Right,
If
we
they
did-
don't like something, they'll let you know.
yes.
We did have another question back here.
Yes, we do.
I was gonna do Ukrainian, right?
Yeah.
Not Russian. Okay. Well, I was gonna ask how you felt about how like Russians were portrayed in Stranger Things, but you're not Russian.
Well, no, I'm from that part of the world.
But during the time that Stranger Things is actually portrayed would be during the time of the Iron Curtain. It's
Yeah,
like-
right. It's
at
because it's
the end of-
1986,
yeah,
right?
so right at the end of
Yeah, before the Soviet Union.
yeah, so and
yeah.
even today, like I live in an area up in Massachusetts full of Ukrainian people, Ukrainian immigrants, Russian immigrants, and everybody is just like, oh, if you're from that area, you're Russian. It's not Ukrainian. They just call them Russian.
Right, but it like this thing has changed. Even like years back, I didn't care. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But things are changing, as well as we just spoke about characters on the
Yes.
screen.
Mhm.
People start to understand that like Russia, it's different from Ukraine. You know, different traditions and stuff like
Exactly.
that. But back to your question, the way they portrayed it, obviously you have to entertain the public, right? So you have to make. I was playing villain, so I have to be bad. I'm KGB, you know, and special service and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and I'm going to United States. But at the same time, Duffers in that season, they want to pay homage to 80s and 90s movies, and like my dialogues there from Die Hard and,
Yeah.
and David and Me, you know,
That's
square with
Exactly.
canon. It's like Indiana
Rocky,
Jones
Rocky
and the
Balboa,
Terminator,
and-
you know. So
You're actually going to be working with one of my favorite. Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry to cut you off.
no, it's
You
good.
just made me think of it
You know,
because
like
you talked
for the entertainment purposes, they have to show like this is evil part. Who was evil in 1986? Soviet Union. You know what Soviet Union does, come into United States, try to invade the United States.
I'm from that
and
area.
stuff. Yeah.
One of the biggest things I remember is Reagan screaming on TV, "Gorbachev, bring down that wall."
And it was like this. It
Yeah.
was like this. I remember they told us in school and everywhere that like USA is like the biggest
Oh, yeah.
enemy.
Oh, yeah.
The capitalism is bad. The like people is bad.
Oh,
Yeah.
good on you
and
getting
the same was happening here, right?
Oh yeah, exactly. We at that time the Patrick Swayze movie, there, Red Dawn, was one of the
biggest ones out. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
so,
Right,
which
yeah.
also Stranger Things took homage from, or made homage.
Right.
of.
Right.
But like, we're out of time, aren't we?
We've been out of time for like
Oh,
5
yeah.
minutes.
A couple minutes. Just a reminder, you're going to have the photo ops right after this.
yes.
Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Mhm.
Yep, photo ops
Yep.
with this amazing gentleman. But like you said, back then they were our enemy, we were their enemy. But there are no enemies. We're all the same.
Who was no? I totally
Right?
agree. The enemy, even back in the days, who were enemy? Enemy was politicians.
That's
Enemy was
right.
government against
Still
government.
is.
Government.
Regular
It
people,
still
they
is.
didn't care about it.
No.
I mean, I remember like, oh, bubble gum, oh, jeans,
Right.
Like we were like for it.
Right.
People wanted to like, not many people could buy cars in Soviet Union. You know what I mean? So like, it's like we wanted to have this.
Right. But I can tell you, I've been blessed. Well, we've been blessed to get to hang around with all the talent here this weekend. And this gentleman right here, he is like a big teddy bear. He's a big teddy bear.
I'm
He's
gonna
an
let her-
amazing gentleman.
She's got one
Oh, you
left.
have a question, hon? Fire away.
I know you're trying to close it, but you get to say something and you just.
I'll be back.
Oh no, that's no, that's not him.
Maybe like from Die Hard, I had you're a policeman. Policemen have rules. When David wanted to shoot me, and I'm like, "Are you gonna shoot me?" He's like, "Yeah, Moff, I'm gonna shoot you in the head." And I said, "No," and he's like, "Oh, why is that?" And I'm like, "Because you're policemen. Policemen have rules."
That is really cool.
That's a great line. That's a great line. That was a good question.
All right, last one. Anybody? Nobody? All right, we're ending it. That's it. The live stream's over. Go take pictures with Andre
Did you kill the live stream yet?
No.
Oh, good.
Ivchenko.
Don't kill it yet.
Ivchenko.
I-
Ivchenko.
Hold on.
Hold on.
So last panel from Maryland Poppin' Horror Con.
Last panel.
Andre, let's give him a huge round of applause.
Also,
Thank you, guys.
please,
Wait a
guys.
minute. We want the Ukraine to hear you. So one more time, give him a huge round of applause.
Thank you.
There we go,
Thanks,
there we
guys.
go.
Appreciate
I
it.
do ask one thing. I forgot to ask during every other panel, but if you guys had fun during the panel and you have time, go on to the Maryland Poppin' Horror Con Facebook page and let them know that you had a good time.
Yeah.
They like to hear that stuff.
And if
Usually,
you-
we only hear the
If
bad.
you want
so
your
if you can
photo
wanna tell the
taken
good,
with the
it'd be great.
amazing,
Right next door.
we're gonna go Ivan. Oh,
Don't-
wrong show.
Warehouse.
Don't make that mistake.
Andre will be next door doing photo ops. Go ahead and check them out. We want to thank you for coming out and hanging out with
Thank
us.
you guys. Appreciate
It was a pleasure,
Thank you.
And go ahead, Leo. You can kill the stream. We're done here from Maryland.